Fabiana, welcome to the cave. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
Exciting times. Fubar premiering tomorrow, actually. Friday. I had the opportunity to
Premiering
watch tomorrow.
today, right
Today?
now.
Oh, it's today, right
Yes.
now. I
We
thought it
are
was
sharing it
Friday.
with the world. Yeah,
There we go.
Thursday today. Yeah,
Well,
amazing.
surprise. I've already watched all 8 episodes and I loved it.
Ah, great. Great, great,
Uh,
great.
so yeah, like I said, I mentioned it's like, I love it. It's got the little, True Lies vibe where it's like comedy, action, one-liners, love it in a way. Also, tell us a little bit about how were you approached now for this series? We see you as Tali on the show.
Yes. Well, I got the audition through the email link and you start reading it and it said Utah. That's the show, the title of the show at the time is Untitled Arnold Schwarzenegger Project. And I start reading. I said, this is going to be interesting. And it's like true lie. And then he says, my character, Tally, his ex-wife. And I go, oh my God. And then I keep reading and then I read the scene and she says a couple of things to her daughter, both in Italian and Spanish. And I was born in Argentina, grew up in Italy. I go, oh my God, what are the chances? She says, ti voglio bene, te quiero. Oh my God, this is incredible because I speak both languages. And then I had a pretty extensive couple of scenes to learn. They gave me some time before my self-tape, with COVID, everything, nothing in person. So it was a self-tape. And luckily I had some time to prepare. And I really wanted to do a good job because I had a lot in common with Tally. There are a lot of characters that I played and I'm proud but they're very little in common with who I am. But with her, there were a lot of things that I read and I go, man, I can really do this. The fact that she's vulnerable, but yet strong and passionate and a little unpredictable. But the fact that she puts family first, the fact that she, motherhood for her, she kept the family together, and I'm a single mom, so I've done that by myself. All of those things. And the fact that she's a romantic, believes in love and all of that. And I did it, and I was happy with it. But then Nick Santora, the creator, told me, I watched the whole thing, but I had to tell you, after like about a minute, I said to my wife, hey, I got my Tally. And I went, oh my God, wow, okay, really? So I guess we share a lot of colors, like the essence of the character that I identified with pretty quickly. So I was really happy to get it. And as I said, I was cast early, so I had all this stretch of time during pilot season before we started shooting that I couldn't tell anybody. So it was a bit surreal. I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't, you never know, even just a couple of people, because people might talk about it. I had to sign something, a confidentiality, something. So I was very scared of, so it was like my little secret, I was having my secret for a while, for a few months there. I wasn't auditioning. So people said, what are you going up for? Well, this and that. I don't know. So it was very surreal for a while to be about to get into this great project and not being able to tell anybody.
When you read this, when you're reading the project, it said Arnold, and what went through your mind? Any pressure at first?
Yeah. Yes, I really wanted to get. Oh, okay. My sister goes, okay, so how is she? What is she like? And I go, wow, Lori, my sister, she's Arnold's wife, and he's still pining for her. She's got to be everything. She's got to be classy, beautiful, intelligent, but vulnerable. I don't know. I mean, you name it. I got to be everything, and effortlessly so. And so. I don't know, not that I am, but I try. So in my mind, that was the pressure that you have to be. And also when we started shooting, because we didn't have any meetings, it was COVID, so I didn't meet him in person. So the first time I met Arnold was really on the set, and the challenge was to be completely at ease. I mean, Tally is familiar with him. They're familiar with each other. They've known each other for a long time. She's almost like a little nonchalant. Okay, here he goes again, and this lovable, irresistible, but yet unreliable, whatever. And she's kind of, and completely the intimacy had to be there, the familiarity had to be there. And so that was the challenge. This is the big legend I'm working next to, but it's like, okay, coming in and help me make some bruschetta over there and whatever. So I just kind of hid for a little while behind the character that Nick wrote for me. And then, then Arnold is Arnold, and he's genuinely curious and interested in people. And so we became very comfortable with each other. The whole cast had really a lot of fun with each other pretty quickly. So
I love the chemistry between you two, because you can feel the love when you guys are talking to each other on the show. That there's
my God.
So I loved that. Like, was there like any like how would you describe the chemistry when you were on set working with them? Especially when it was like scenes with you two.
I am so happy you said that. For me, it was really important I'm a romantic. So to show that romance is there, love is there, even though you may have broken up. He is great at making everybody, including me, feel comfortable. He's very, do you need this? What do you need? Don't worry about anything. He's a true leader on the set. So once and I had a great icebreaker that once I went through that, I go, okay, this is, I don't have to worry about anything. Because we had these scenes coming up, and I was shooting at the moment a scene where I was crying a lot, and I was really, so he was talking to me being Arnold, and I, at that moment, couldn't be as gregarious and that I could be, I couldn't go and then go to cry. So I was sort of, let me say standoffish, but kind of cold. And then as soon as I was done with all this crying, he was leaving. I said, hey, Arnold, yes, these scenes are coming up. I can't wait. We're gonna have a lot of fun. He says, yeah, but you got something on yours. Oh, okay, thank you. But and then no, it's still there. He goes, okay, I go like that, and then all of a sudden this like big piece of snot is hanging from my hair, and I go, oh my God, this is. And he goes, it's attacking you. And I go, oh man, and like he goes, don't worry about it. I've been married for 25 years. I've seen it all. And I go, well, I don't know, this was an icebreaker. Now I'm like, okay, talk about an icebreaker. And that, he just to say that he makes you feel comfortable no matter what. And so that, and the fact that he's good at rehearsing, of course, he comes from. But what I didn't know, and that was a really, really great surprise, is that he likes to improvise. And so he goes off the script and a little bit here and there. But in some of our scenes, he just went completely off. And I'm like, okay, I go kind of try to get it back into whatever the scripted lines. And then he kept going off. And so we just sometimes would improvise something that would never probably end up on the screen. But what it does do is create this subtext and familiar. He's really great at doing that. I was just, and very happy to do, and it gives the character different colors than when you end up going back to what's scripted. He's, yes. So
I had Milana on a couple days ago, plays Barry on the show, and he was telling me how like working with Arnold and with the cast also, because not only it's like action, we see comedy too, and sometimes you guys had to do retakes over and over because everybody kept laughing with all the one-liners and everything. Tell us a little bit about that.
That was especially true when we were all together, because when Anna and I were together, there are funny moments, but it's you quickly go back. But when we're all together, everybody and his one-liners and his comebacks are even in real life. You get, so there was a lot of banter between them. The old CIA team and everything, but he's got to come back with the last one, and you can't beat Arnold with that. He's just checkmates you with whatever. I know. And I have a sense of humor too. Most people don't expect it from me, so it's kind of interesting because okay. One time Milan goes, look at her with the jokes, because I was kind of joining in them, and so it was kind of fun. Yes.
So reading the scripts, did you get a chance to go to read the whole series right away, or was it script by script, episode by episode?
No, it was all as soon as Nick gave it to me, as soon as I got cast, and so it was great. I said to myself, my God, it's so well written for Nick, meaning Nick Santora, the creator of the show. And I said Nick, like everybody knows, but yes, I thought it was so well written for Arnold, for the people that love him, to show his quintessential colors and more. And I thought it was a great balance with all of the elements. And I really have to say that the relationship father-daughter, it's a new element, and it's exquisitely explored again by Nick. I love their scenes. The scene, I love what she does, my relationship with her too, the fact that she's rooting for her mom, that she's team Donatello. She wants her mom to move on from her dad because all the disappointment that she has had, but now even more because she knows that he was being lying. Not only he's been absent, not only he's been an absent father, and I had to keep the family together by myself. And it's sad to be lonely in a marriage. It's okay to be alone. I'm fine. I mean, if Tally is a strong woman, she can be alone. She can do it all alone. But to be alone, lonely, and you're married, to be disappointed, and that's when it's painful. And so the daughter, as a matter of fact, the son too. We have a son that had to go through that, and so those were all great colors. That's why I really, really was excited to. And my character starts off slow, so I really had to be patient until my time came, and when we're shooting, and so it really. It was great. It was good. And what was challenging is that because there's all of that action that they do, and then there's my scenes happen, most of them in the home in some place. So they were bunched up all together. So I had all of these great scenes, but maybe all bunched up in 2 days, and then I hadn't worked for. So I go, oh my God, I better have 2 good days here, otherwise, my whole episode is Fubar.
Right.
Yes.
When I was watching the series too, I noticed or even when you're reading the script, poor Donnie, first of all, because your character's relationship with him, and then obviously I don't want to give out too many spoilers. I know the series, like you said, came out today, but everything. But when you got to the last episode, what went through your mind when you were reading that, the way it ended?
Oh my
At the
God,
wedding and everything.
what a great cliffhanger. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. That's what I would say. Fun roller coaster. And what I love about Tally, that she's unpredictable. She's impulsive, unpredictable. That's what's fun. I think every character is faceted. You get to see it different. So that's what's great. What went through my mind, second season, please.
Right. But that scene had a lot of action too.
Right.
In the church. Yes.
So Tally, willing or not, she gets in the action. And so, you always have to be careful when you're around guns and things. And I remember Nick and the producers being, you want to be comfortable with everything, and if you have anything so that you're not comfortable, please tell us. And again, to be the recipient of these vulnerable moments from this legend, it was like, oh my God, I better. And when Luke looks at Tally, when Luke looks, that's easy for you to say. Luke looks at Tally. It's always like she's this love of her life. So I was impressed. I better look at this dress, had to be understated, but I have to be like this vision for him. Of course, it's through the look of love, but still, I like, okay, I hope I can deliver this person that he is so completely in love with, that it's, and I have another thing that I can say, that Arnold on the set is great, not just as an actor, but as a leader, but also every time there's a speech, he makes a speech. It's like this great speech that starts like maybe from the personal and goes through the involves everybody, and then it's funny at the end. It's like he can do them off the cuff. Of course, he was a choreographer too. He can do that. And I'm looking at it, I'm so bad at it. I don't think public speaking is not. And I said to myself, my God, how great. And so when it was time that they wrapped me, production was exquisite. They gave me such a warm gift and flowers, and I said, I gotta say something just to show to myself that I have learned something. And so I gave a little speech just to thank everybody, like a la Arnold. And I was very proud of that. And I said, well, see, I can do that. Hopefully one day I'll be as good of a leader as he is.
And who knows, season 2, if we get a season 2, we'll see more action with you too. Because now everybody's open. Like you said, everybody's been burned.
Right. Good question. Yeah. We both, we can't say. So, yes, we don't want to spoil, but season, anything can happen, right? It's up to the writers. We love those writers. If it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. So writing for me is the thing that I have the most respect for.
And we mentioned you mentioned love earlier too, and I wanted to bring this up. How like your daughter Emma on the series, which is played by Monica. I love how like at first she wants you to be happy. She doesn't want her dad to even be involved with you.
Yes.
And then by the end of the series, she's the other way around. Now she's like, you idiot, go for it, that type of thing.
Yes. Well, because she sees that what they had is very, very special. And that's one of the colors that really appealed to my romantic soul when he was saying all of those things to me, my ex-husband, obviously. But true love, when it's true love, and that line was in the scene that got cut. That was true love, what they had. And you don't want to hurt ever somebody that loved you so much. But you could mess it up to the point that it's beyond repair, that it's Fubar. So but what the Emma sees is that these two, they push each other buttons, they make each other light up. And that's rare, that kind of chemistry, that kind of yes, is it chemistry? It is chemistry. When you can't explain it, that's a little bit of the magic that happens between two people, and that's the magic that happens when you're acting too. Like you can rehearse it, you can study it, but then it has to be a little bit of a magic with the other person, with the other actor. And I think Arnold and I had that chemistry, So I felt it, at least, and so that's why it was so rewarding to play this character.
Awesome. Like I said, I watched all the episodes, and I believe when people start watching this, they're gonna binge right through it, and it'll be number one on Netflix by Sunday.
Is that when they tell us? I mean, I'm trying to figure out.
I think it's just a few days, and they'll know right away if it's number one.
It's so amazing with I was telling my family, because I was born in Argentina, I grew up in Italy, and now with Netflix, it's so exciting to say today it's all over the world. It's not just, so that's very, very exciting too for me to know that my family in Argentina, my friends in Italy, my family in Italy can all watch this today. Amazing. So the other great thing, you were talking about my daughter, I forgot to say that that for both Luke and I, in different ways, you see them making the same mistakes that you have made. And in my case, I don't know why, but I see her repeating in her relationship some of the neglecting her relationship. So like I was neglected, and I'm trying to say, don't do that. And he is even worse for Arnold, for Luke, because he's getting a taste of his own medicine. He sees, he sees it in his daughter now, so that's gotta hurt, so he's getting stung here left and right. The ex-wife has a new boyfriend, moving on, the daughter, so he's got his hands full too.
That's right.
Yes, and the banter between these two guys is exquisite, between my ex-husband and the boyfriend together, and like he's not gonna give up.
That's funny too. Yeah,
right. He's not gonna give up that easy. He's gonna use every trick in the book to make that relationship go astray and to get his wife back. So it's
yeah, definitely. So let's pray for season 2. And if we hear anything about season 2, as soon as it comes out, we need to get you back on and we continue this conversation with the second season, the arc of the episodes.
Right. And with another like classified information, like you sign these things, you can't talk about it. So you'll be like muted interview. Right. So you know what happens? I can't say anything. So.
Fabiana, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today. This was great. Hopefully we get a season 2 and get you back on.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.